Hey guys, welcome back to your Objective-C tutorials, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you all about the synthesized accessor methods. And, well, if you don't know what that means, it basically means automatic getters and setters. Like I said in the previous tutorial where I was showing you the long way of doing it, it was basically Objective-C 1.0. And then Objective-C 2.0 came out, and everyone was like, wow, this is like the best language to learn. You guys are sitting there going, I am going to switch from every other language to this one after you see this tutorial. So anyways, before we get into it, I guess that's all I want to preface it with. So I'm going to teach you right now the synthesized accessors. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the header file of our maids class. And as you can see, we've got our two methods that we established to set and get the values for our cleaning bill variable. We're just going to delete those, alright? And then we're going to go right after our interface up here and give ourselves a little bit of room. We're going to put an @ symbol and right after followed by property. Now, what are we going to give properties to? In this case, it's going to be our integer, which is cleaning bill. And you'll see what that means in the implementation as we move forward. So that's all we have to do. So as you can see, we deleted our 2 lines of code where we established our methods that we're going to pass the information to our implementation, and we simply wrote property, put the property type, which is going to be an integer, for this variable. So this variable is going to be an integer, and we're going to assign different properties to it. So now what we're going to do is go over the implementation. And we've got a bunch of lines of code here that we actually don't even need. So what we did is we actually got rid of these 2 methods. So we're going to do the same thing in the implementation where we're going to delete those 2 methods. Alright? And as you can see, we've declared our integer variable cleaning bill up here. Now you could leave this as of 2.0, the Objective-C 2.0, we no longer have to have this. So we're just going to delete this as well. But just letting you know, you could still have it. Now you can see we've got a few errors here, and I just want to go through these so you guys can understand where they are if you're having troubles, hopefully diagnostically figuring out what you're doing. But the first one here is use of undeclared identifier cleaning bill, because we haven't actually declared our cleaning bill integer variable up here, and that's what we're going to get into here in a second. Now if you click this little warning, it says property cleaning bill requires method set cleaning bill to be defined. Use a synthesized, dynamic, or provide a method implementation in the class implementation. So as we did in the previous, or in the header file, we assigned the integer, the variable cleaning bill to the property. We have to synthesize these, this particular property. So we're going to put @ symbol synthesize right after our implementation of maids. And this property, we're going to simply write cleaning bill, okay? And so what that does, you can see it relieves all of our errors that we had previously, because it was an incomplete implementation to have a property set up for a variable in our header and not actually synthesize it or bring it into our implementation and declare it. So now that we've synthesized and declared our variable, you'll see that our warning down here is gone, because we've synthesized it. So it translates here and it says, oh, okay, you've already set and got the values for this, and you've allowed me to look for them. Now our method down here, billing, can show whatever the value is when it logs it on the screen. So technically we got rid of like 10 lines of code, and all we had to do was insert a property, which that's going to be the getters and setters. It's automatically getting and setting those values for us, and the synthesize for that cleaning bill. So then once you're in your main program here, we can simply change this as we did in the previous tutorials, run it just to make sure it works, and as you can see, it already it basically set the value behind the scenes. Then we get it when we log it, and it should be good from there. So that's kind of the Objective-C 2.0 way of synthesizing the properties and your variables. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot from the tutorials. Leave us some comments if you guys have any questions. We'll try to get to those as quick as we can, and we'll see you guys in the next tutorial.